All right, well, Bernie Sanders might want to consider thinking about optics a bit. It wasn't less than a week ago that it came out that he was paying a salary to his staffers that, given the amount of hours they were working, worked out to be about $13 an hour. And of course, instead of simply paying them more, which you would think would be an easy thing to do, judging from Bernie Sanders consistently calling for every business in the US to pay their employees $15 an hour, but no, instead of increasing their pay, their hours were cut. So they're not making less money, but the entire point of a $15 minimum wage is so people can make more money, which, when considering the reality of their financial situation, Sanders' campaign opted to not pay people more, just have them work less in a superficial attempt to have their staffers be making the equivalent of $15 an hour. And the funny thing is that this mirrors what people say when they criticize a $15 minimum wage. Sanders himself has proved our point. But now, after all of that, Sanders comes out yesterday and says, here's my message to the Walton family. End your greed. Pay everyone at Walmart a living wage of $15 an hour. Okay, did you not learn your lesson, Bernie? Was it not just a week ago that you experienced the difficulty in increasing people's wages? And you must have found out that it's not so simple, right? Well, apparently Bernie Sanders is incapable of learning anything new at this point. The fact is that it was Bernie Sanders a month and a half ago, if you recall, who displayed his ignorance when it came to revenue versus profit. He doesn't understand that revenue is the amount of money coming into you, but it says nothing about your costs. Profit is the money you have left over after you pay out your costs. Put simply, if a business makes a lot of money, yet they have to pay a lot of money, they might have what's called a razor-thin profit margin. So, as fate would have it, that describes Walmart. Walmart's profit margin ebbs and flows, but it's generally around 3 to 5%. So they may take in a revenue of hundreds of billions of dollars a year, but 95 to 97% of that money they take in, they don't get to keep. They have very high costs. So even for a big, evil, greedy corporation that employs tens of thousands of people in the US, increasing hourly pay by just a little bit can have an enormous impact on their ability to hire anyone at all. It's not just increasing pay from $12 an hour to $15 an hour. It's increasing pay by $3 an hour for tens of thousands of people working roughly 1,500 to 2,000 hours a year. That's why it's not so simple. And again, Bernie Sanders should know this. How is this guy still in the running for the presidency? How was he running to even begin with? I am sure Bernie Sanders would have liked to pay his staffers $15 an hour, as that would have helped him not look so ridiculous and hypocritical. But I can't imagine that it didn't dawn on him that by raising their wages, it wasn't as if he was raising one wage for one person for 1 hour. He probably realized, hey, we have a lot of people working for us, working a lot of hours. Even a small increase in their wages will put the screws to us hard. So let's not really raise wages, let's just cut hours. Well, Walmart would likely do the same thing. It's sad because this was a great opportunity for Bernie Sanders to have those gears in his mind start turning a little bit, but apparently they're rusted out. But that's all for now. Like, subscribe, share, and all that cool stuff, and you take it easy.